Feel this way forever.
Ryan Quigley is on in his fourth season out of Boston College. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it, and taken at the 46. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his third year now out of Fresno State. Was in the Pro Bowl last year in 2015, Derek Carr.
Derek Carr came out of Fresno State as one of the guys that there's a lot of debate about. How much people liked him. Other people had some knocks against him. Guess what? You can't find those people now. He improved greatly from his rookie year to his second year. And the sky's the limit for him right now. He has it all.
And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, spinning away. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
I love watching T.J. Ward play. Whether it's covering in the deep zones or blitzing, this man makes plays.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos defense getting ready to go. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give them a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. 3rd down and 4.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
So a field goal apiece, that's all we have here in this first quarter. It's a tight game here early. And we're back to Oakland after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Uses the stiff arm. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Now the Broncos defense coming back onto the field. They're hoping to do what they did last time, force another punt. Last time it resulted in a field goal. We'll see if they can get another stop here, though.
And the best defenses are in the business of preventing points and creating points. And that's exactly what these guys did on their last possession.
And now the rookie's free. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. This is brought in at the 21. Oh, what a move. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
Not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby, and his guys will... After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick. It up.
Two times. Hey. We got 3. Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And another good game here as the numbers show. We had a rare meeting with the entire offensive line this week. They were pretty ecstatic. Well, they should be ecstatic again.
And we had that meeting with them because of how they played last week. I thought it was your idea. It was brilliant to say, let's bring the big guys in. Well, it was true. Let's talk to the guys. How did they pull that off? Because they were so productive. No real problems in getting to the offensive backfield. They were getting downfield, getting the second, third level, creating extra blocks. We're seeing that again this week. They are really locked in. So credit to them, but also a big credit to the offensive line coach because he's got to feel great about what he's prepared.
Absolutely. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's third. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, nice move. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest-Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Denver. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. pulled in at the 24. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Let's go, D. Let's go, D. Here we go. Red 18. Red.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
Here we go. Red 18. Red.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
We ready? Red 18.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. Past the 20. A big play there out of the running game. 32 yards.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
We ready? Wide and eight.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, the spin. Trent, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now they'll run it on the toss. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. Stiff-armed him. Stiff arm number 2. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And, boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashed.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be... Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they'll run it on the toss. Look at the spin. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So it'll be first down here after the run.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A second stiff arm. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with an unbelievable 5th touchdown of the game. And he just tied the NFL record on that 5th rushing touchdown. He's the 6th man ever to do that in a single game.
And, partner, did you just say that he tied an NFL record there?
Yes, sir.
I mean, we're talking 5 touchdowns on the ground.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A beautiful fake. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.